This is the Iron Trader. It's about 5 o'clock. The pits closed at 2:30. So as usual, we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, market the ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily chart. Now, the EIA report came out, and wow, you had a build of 12 million barrels. You had a draw in gasoline and in distillates, and Cushing had a small build, but that's a pretty good sized build going on in the old crude, and you can see how she just fell right off today. However, that's all about the charts. Okay, so let's just take a look at it. So if you watched my video this morning, I said basically what you need to do is you need to close above this key 200 SMA here. Okay, what are we sitting at? 77.44. And we need to get above this key 78.03, and then we can attack that 79.29. However, you went up high. You got a high of 78.77, but you just couldn't close above. So now we are below that 100-day. You're below this 200-day, and then I'll show you on a weekly where you are actually below that 50-day also. So what do we have here? You have a big red engulfing candle. So we have to look at our support levels. Let me bigger up a little bit. Okay, so what we want to do here next is we want to look to the bottom of this candle. Today's low here was 76.38. We want to look to this candle. You're looking at 75.93. That's the next support level. And then we hit that 8 SMA at 75.58. And then we have your 21 at 75.31. And then what we can do is we can just look at the top of this candle. You have 74.22. We have 73.82. And then we have your 50 SMA here sitting at 73.47. So that's your support levels. But this candle here, if you could not close above, it's not intraday. Intraday is where you scalp. Now, today, the scalping was great. I scalped that UCO. I got 2 points out of that UCO. And then I also got a nice good scalp here. I got 50 cents out of the SCO today. So that was a really good trade here as far as the actual trading. But if you can't hold that key level or hold that key 200-day, then obviously lower she went, and that's where she's going. So what we want to look at tomorrow, or I should say today, when the futures open here at 6 p.m., you want to look at the highs, the lows, and the closing. So your high is 78.77, your low is 76.38, and you close at 76.56 right towards the old bottom. So what you need to do is get back above this 200-day, which is that 77.44 level here. That is going to be very, very crucial, 77.44, and then we want to get to this key 21 or 100 SMA here, sitting at 78.03, and then you can have your retest at 79.29. Now, again, this is just a little pullback. If this holds, this 8 SMA and that 21-day holds, this is a good buying opportunity because look at the price. See your rate still above that, just like we had here. Okay, see when it gets above, when it gets below, then you're fighting it, but it just get above. So even if it comes down and it holds these key level, that is a good, also it might be a nice good buying opportunity if it holds. Now again, if it doesn't, then we follow the top of them candles, that's 74.22, this 73.82, and then obviously your 73.47. If that is lost, we'll follow these candles down. So you're looking at 72.38. You have 71.79, and then we have your nice retest here at 71.41. If that's lost, we would come to this candle. You're looking at 70.50, which is basically your price channel. So now it looks like you have a good trading range here. Your top's 79.29, and your bottom 70.50. So we're going to see where that all shakes out. On the upside, you have to get above that 77.44, that 21-day here, 100 SMA at 78.03, and then your retest at 79.29. Again, if you can break up above that, we look to these two candles. This was your double top situation. right here. So what you have is 79.60, 79.77. If that goes above that, then we'll look right here at this candle here, and looking at 81.05. We have 82.24, and then we'll come here to your 83.60. So you just follow them price channels right across. Those are your main levels. So then on the next level here, we look to your 85.30, and then we bring the level right across, and we come to this candle. You're looking at 85.90, and then so on. Follow the candles all the way up till you come to the top of this candle, which is looking at 89.85, and your big retest at 95.03. That's the direction we go if it goes higher. The key is breaking and closing above that 79.29. So far, we just could not do it. So this could be a possible double top situation. We'll have to see how that all shakes out. So on the downside, when the futures open, just watch today's high, low, and close, but watch that 8 SMA, 75.58, and that 21-day sitting here at 75.31. That is going to be very, very key support. You really need to hold that to keep that uptrend going. If you don't, 73.47 is a target. If that's lost, 70.50 here is going to be your target. Now, your RSI here, well, it's not really telling you anything. You had a high, you had a lower high. There's no divergence there. You're still very bullish here, and momentum is on your side here on the MACD. Your green is above red, so that is looking good. So let's take a look here on a weekly and a monthly. All right, let's take a look here at the weekly first. We'll big that up a little bit. Okay, what do we have here? I was pointing out this key 50-day here. Now you're sitting at 77.29, and then with this 21-day sitting at 77.66. Now you made a nice topping tail here so far, but you just couldn't close above it. That's the key. But now remember how strong that 21-day is. Look at this candle here. We thought that was going to break right through, and it went right to it and then sold right on down. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. But remember, this is a weekly. So basically on the upside, you want to look at that 50-day, 77.29. Next in line is going to be 77.66. And then we look at today's high, which was 78.77. And then your big retest there at 79.29. Okay, so that is your upside. Your downside here, key levels here, we can follow these candles down. So you want to look at the bottom of today's candle, which is basically 75.54. Then we can come to this candle. You're looking at 74.63. And then we have here your 74.41. That is crucial, that 8 SMA. Now, again, if it doesn't hold it, it can come right down here to that 72.34. But for the week, we want to have the same kind of a scenario like we had here. Even if it comes down but holds it, that's still a very, very bullish case here, because look at your 200-day, I was rising. So your 8 SMA here, now you're rising. So even if this falls down, it holds that 8-day, you're good. If it falls down, holds a 21 or 200-day, you're still good. Okay. So here on your MACD, well, your green is above your red, but just not much. That can still go like a sideways action like we had here. So we got to see how that's going to shake out. Your RSI here, well, you're pretty much in the center there. That's still looking very good. Now here on your monthly chart, well, I just said if you could close above the 21, the next day, the next resistance here is going to be that 79.60, which lines up really nice with that double top situation on the daily. And then we have 81.10 again, and then you can come up here to your 84.52, your 100 SMA. But right now, obviously, you know that it can't get. So what you want to do is you got to watch that 73.27 here, 73.37, I should say. That's that key 200 SMA. That needs to hold. So that'll be right below your 8 SMA here and then you have your 72.34. So that's going to be very, very crucial that you hold that 73.37 here for the monthly basis. Now we got plenty of time left. This is only the 14th. So you got plenty of time left. So you can see how strong that 50-day is. So right now we're just sideways action, but if it's going to go higher and break above this 50-day and that 21-day, your next level is going to be right there, that 79.60, and then right above it is that 21-day at 81.10. So we got to see how this all shakes out here. This is only Wednesday. We got 2 more days left here. You got another 2 weeks left here on your monthly chart. So we got to see how this all shakes out here. But again, as I say, if you can't close above, that's why I just scalp it. But if you can't close above, you know what I'm saying, then she's going to come down lower. Let's take a look and see what's going on with natural gas. All right, here we have natural gas hourly 4 hour. Now remember, you're in the shoulder season here, so obviously she just keeps on going lower. So every day you're setting in a new low, okay? See how that is? You got a series of lower highs and lower lows, and every day she just rolling. She can't get off the schneid. So on the upside, you have to get above this 161, and then we have 1.65, and then you have your price channel 168, and then we have your 50-day at 169. On the downside, you got to hold this 159. Okay, so support was 160, came down there, went right down to the 160, close above the 159 level. So next in line is 152 and then 144. But you can see here, this is just off the chart here. There's absolutely nothing. Just like I pointed out this morning, the trade is short. And actually, it was a fantastic day to go short here on the cold today. What did I get there? Yeah, I got 10 points today on KOLD. So, I mean, what a week here so far. I'm weighing the 20-some points here on the KOLD. So this is really, really some really good trade. So your low on there was 162, and then your high was 174.18. So I didn't get the low. I didn't get the high. There was like a 12-point spread, but I got 10 of it. Very, very happy with that. Okay, let's take a look here on a daily, a weekly, and a monthly. Okay, man out the window time all the way on down. Now, we ratchet up. We look to the top here, 168, 178, basically 185. This is the key level. Now, when the futures open at 6, this 185 will be lower. But you need to get back above that. If you can, then we can start ratcheting up. 188, okay, 199, 204 here, 210, 212. This is the key that you got to get back above here, is this 2.166. That's your gap. Look to the bottom here. This is your fill, 2.42. But you got to get above this 8 SMA here. Look at this. See? There's absolutely nothing. So there's, as far as the long, I haven't taken a long here in a while. I was looking at trade, maybe possibly if there was a scalping opportunity, just didn't see it at all. Anything in UNG or Boyle. Absolute, just nothing there. Okay, so you look at a weekly, you can just see it fail right off the old map here. Now on the monthly chart here, well, you got to get back above this key level here. Get back in the game at 1.946. That is going to be the key. So first of all, you got to hit that 1.85. Then we hit this 1.946. But right now, you're sitting at 1.59 was the low here. So what we have here, basically 1.52. And then we're going to come right down here to this level here at 1.44 is your big retest. If that's lost, you're going to go right down to the buck area, okay? However, KOLD is working good, so I'm hoping that you guys are taking the other side of the trade here because there is nothing. There's just nothing here on the long side. Now, that being said, there's nothing here today or yesterday or the day before, okay? But eventually, this is going to bottom, okay? So you're going to get a bottoming candle, and then this is going to ratchet right on up. But you're going to need a catalyst for that to do that. So don't get excited here. This is not the time to go in, hey, I'm full balls out short. No, no, no. This is a scalping opportunity. Okay, cold up here at this area and this price down here at 160. Well, that kind of gets you a little bit on edge. Even though I've been trading gas, natural gas here for a long time, when you start seeing stuff like this here, you always wonder, when is this going to reverse? Because eventually it will. Now, is it going to hold this 1.44 and reverse back up, or is it going to keep right on coming on down? Okay, that we just don't know. Now, what we all look here at the RSI, there's nothing. You look at MACD, there's nothing. This is all bearish. Momentum is all right to the downside. You're getting into oversold conditions here now. You can see where this is. So again, you know, wait for some kind of reversal. But then when this thing turns and rips back up, don't be short because they'll rip your head clean off, and that cold can come off 20, 30 points in one shot. Okay, so just remember that. To me, I'm not taking any trade overnight. I'm just scalping it. I'm done for the day, long done for the day in the natural gas. Now, oil, I'll be looking to make, I'll see how the futures open. I'll be looking for a scalp. There's just other better stuff out there than what this is going on here right now, unless you're like me, going scalping it on the downside. All right. I wish I could tell you something different, but that's what I got. All right, I'll be back tomorrow morning before 8 o'clock. We will review crude oil and natural gas. Now, remember, Thursday, you have the EI report on the natural gas. So we're going to see how that's going to come out. That'll be out at 10:30. And then Friday, we have the old rig count. All right, thanks for watching.